now. It's an absolute honour to have Sam Gellaitry on the other line. How are you, babe?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
Really, really good, man. You are kind of like the beacon, the pioneer in terms of producers for what we do on this show on Tuesday night.
Oh, amazing. That's really nice to say. Thank you so much.
No worries, man. For those that don't know, Sam Gellaitry, amazing prodigy producer. You've had support from Benji B on the station, from Mr. Jam, from Annie Mac, from Todd T, from myself. Very, very established and at such an early age.
Yeah, thank you.
Means
a lot.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, the last time I saw you, you were shelling down. It was in Bristol last summer. Love Saves the Day, smashing your set. What has your tour schedule been like for the last sort of 12 months?
It's kind of been like scattered around. I do like a couple of weeks here and there, which is kind of good for me because it doesn't mean I'm out for too long. So I've been going to America a lot last year because I just got my visa, so just making the most of that and kind of returning to cities. And like I just played Paris last weekend there, which was amazing. I hadn't been there for like a year or so, so I've just been mainly focusing on America this year, and now it's kind of leveling out to be mixed again. So.
Mm-hmm. And what's the best place? What's the best place you've played?
I think like the top three are crowds are like Amsterdam, Paris, and LA for me. They all like react in a similar like way, and they just go crazy. So I'm always like right at home when I'm playing there, and yeah, they're my top three. I'm just gonna say, but everywhere's really good in their own different, unique ways, and it's really good to play places which aren't as like popular, just because it means I'm getting my music out there. It's just, you know, it's really good to just branch out everywhere. So
most definitely. And I feel like your music, even in the last sort of 2 years or so since bursting out of SoundCloud, your music has changed so much and it's grown. Yeah. Do you feel that?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like it's good because people are able to see that, like, and I'm able to, like, for people to be able to hear it progress from the years, because I mean, I kind of grew up making music and growing up like evolving my sound and stuff, so yeah, I definitely agree with that. And it's just a lot of experimenting, really, but I'm really liking where I'm at just now. So
the one song I heard that really was like, I was like, okay, Sam, I see, this is the new sound, was the Neo remix. How did that come about?
So I think she reached out to me direct, I'm not too sure. Yeah, basically just asked me to do a remix, told me who else was on the EP, and I was like, of course, a lot of big names on that. So, but yeah, that sound there is a lot of, like, a sound I'm really going to be exploring more, especially when I'm going into like the album kind of area. I'm just going to really focus on stuff which kind of has a timeless sound to it, if you know what I mean.
So many live elements.
Yeah, totally. Like, the drums are completely from the computer, but it's amazing how they can sound so real. So yeah, it kind of inspires me to make music like that, which is just kind of funkier. And yeah.
I think we should get into it. This is Sam Gellaitry on the remix of Neo. We had the exclusive a few months back. Let's get into it. Do You Want Me, the Sam Gellaitry remix on BBC Radio 1 Extra, my late night Tuesday interview. I saw a picture on your Instagram the other day, not the other day, but a while back, of you hanging out with Troy Boy, Kay Trinada and Stu.
Yeah. That was in Marseille at a festival called Encore Fest.
It was like the absolute dream team.
That definitely was, yeah. It was a great photo. It was Kay Trinada's brother that took it as well, who's also a great guy, but yeah, I love that photo.
Is there anyone in your phone book that you're like, wow, I can't believe I actually have your number?
Will.i.am's number, which is quite random, but yeah, that's probably the biggest name on there.
I love that. That's kind of like obscure number.
Yeah, totally. Just completely random, but yeah.
There was so much, chat over the last 2 years, and loads of people, wanted to sign you, and there was so much hype, and you ended up going with XL. What was that reason?
Just because they're like a legendary label, and their back catalog's just insane. And the stuff that really inspired me when I was younger was like all released on XL, so all the CDs I'd have just have their imprint on the back. So it's always been kind of like a label I've always been interested about, and really honoured that they reached out to me and we've made it happen. So yeah, couldn't be happier with it.
And Escapism, it's a three-parter. Why did you want to do something that sort of spanned over a few releases?
I guess to kind of like, partly because I feel like they relate to each other really well, but also because I wanted to keep it going and like not just forget about the last EP and on to the next, kind of like extend it out, as you said. So I felt like it was right to do that, and it also leaves you with like more of a project rather than just 3 EPs.
And did you find it hard, you know, because you go from, you know, whacking music out on SoundCloud pretty much, you know, on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, and having to pull back? Was that hard?
At the start, it was very, very difficult, but you kind of learn, and it makes sense whilst you get the hang of it and get used to that. So, and it also means that you get a lot of music that you're just able to release whenever you want, because I'm always creating. I'm not creating any less stuff, so yeah. But the change was really difficult.
Most definitely, yeah. I could imagine. But it's worth it, because then what you get is, I guess, the best of the best of the best. Yeah,
that's true. There's a lot of pulling out and like changing songs around. Like, there's a lot of samples that I never got cleared. So, I mean, it's just more stuff to add to the live shows, and yeah, it's really fun.
And, you know, when a sort of writer goes into the studio, they go in there with a sort of, you know, a theme or a sort of a feeling that they want to sort of get out on a record. What's it like for you?
Yeah, I really like... I don't even know what happens when I'm just in that zone, but like something just happens, and it's just kind of like I'm just sat there and I let whatever happens happen. Just like listen to sounds and then see what I get from that, and what the sound inspires me to make. Pretty much, it's just like it's something I can't explain, but I feel like I'll have to like put a video up or something of me in the process of doing it. So,
oh my god, so many people would watch that.
Yeah, I love that. Gonna have to do that at one point.
100%. I want to get into one of the first records from the third Escapism EP, which is forthcoming this Friday. Let's get into Jungle. Jungle on BBC Radio 1 Extra. Sam Gellaitry, a late night Tuesday guest. So after the EP's out, is there sort of any plans for an album? Because I know a lot of people are wanting that.
Yeah, I'm working on that now. I've been working on it for a while. Like, as you said about the remix, it's going to be a different style to what I'm usually putting out, but that was another reason why I had to extend this Escapism series out. So there's like a lot, best of both worlds pretty much. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of like live instruments and like jazz and funk influence, and just, yeah, loads of different stuff. Trying to get all the influences of my music into one project and try to make it like future-proof and like
a classic.
Stand the test of time. Yeah, pretty much.
And is there anything that sort of, you know, inspires you when you're trying to make this music? Is there any artist that you're like, okay, that's the sort of caliber of artist I want to be like?
Flying Lotus, definitely. That kind of like exploration of sounds and just music in general. Like the way he can do stuff is just like indescribable. That style is what I really look towards when I'm making like album style stuff. But even like people like Jamiroquai, like their older stuff, like just the acid jazz and all this stuff, it sounds really warm to me. So yeah, I'd like to continue that style.
And has it changed the way that you sort of write? Because you know when you're sort of making, you know, a beat and you have a loop and now you're making songs, is that a different process?
It actually isn't. I haven't really like gotten to the song, verse, chorus style of writing yet, but I mean I can do that whenever. I'm kind of just enjoying the freedom of being able to have whatever structure I want. And that's going to continue on the album. It's just like the influence is going to be different.
And what about vocalists? Is there anyone that you would want to work with?
Honestly, see, whenever anyone asks me this question, they all just leave my head. But there's a lot of people I'd like to work with, and there's a lot of tracks which I have which would relate to other people. So hopefully we can make that happen, and then I'll have the finished product.
But one thing I do like about your music, and I love it in that last hour when we play your sort of sounds, is that there's so much sort of feeling and emotion in it already that you almost don't need words.
Oh, thank you so much.
100%.
Yeah, that's really, like, that's what I'm aiming for pretty much. So you can really tell when someone puts like everything into a song and when they don't. So like every song I try and put everything that I'm feeling at that moment into it. So yeah, it's really nice to hear.
No, you can hear it, and people will be able to hear it in the third chapter of Escapism, which is out on Friday. When people go and download it and they get the vinyl as well, what do you kind of want them to walk away feeling?
So they can listen to it again and again, and they hear kind of different elements that they hadn't found before. And basically what you said, just like to feel the emotion that I put into it would be like the dream reaction pretty much.
So we've got the EP out Friday, we've got the album in process. What else have you got planned for 2017?
I've got Coachella in a couple of weeks, so we're just like finalising all the production and stuff for that, which I'm really excited about.
Wow.
There's a couple of other festivals I'll be doing in the summer, so looking forward to them, and basically just writing music, chilling out.
Nice. That sounds like a great life. I think we all want to have Sam Gellaitry's life. Play a couple of festivals, write some great music, and chill out.
Yeah, no, I really can't complain. I'm really blessed. But
all right, let's get into the next track from the EP, Ceremony. Would you like to introduce it to the One Extra listeners and just tell us a little bit about it?
Hi, I'm Sam Gellaitry from Stirling, Scotland, and you're listening to Ceremony. And this is one of these tracks which I don't know. I can't explain my own music. You just have to hear it. But yeah, thanks for listening.